or warts and things like that. And I believe I haven't had enough time to research myself yet, but it's my belief that in the biblical times, the vulnerabilia that they're referring to, it's made out of a propolis, and propolis is traditionally gathered by honeybees for us and other types of bees. And living in an area where cannabis grows naturally wild, and they had access to a lot of it, I believe the propolis that they were using in the vulnerabilia can very easily have been made from cannabis resin. It has been documented in the Bible to cure a very, very large number of ailments. So we take our regular massage oil and mix beeswax with it and turn it into a salve. It makes it very easy to use and very transportable. You can use it in any form or way that you use any other first aid salve. It's great for cuts, healing old scars, resolving. If you use it regularly, it'll help resolve tumors. Because topically, again, we have cannabinoid receptors throughout our whole bodies, and applying it topically just makes it go directly to where our bodies need it the most. Our newest product is a green lion salve, and it's similar to a tiger balm in that it provides heat and increased circulation. It doesn't have the same kind of burn, and it has a few other ingredients in it. And it's been incredible. I've seen people who just had their casts taken off, and I got them to apply it to their wrists, and within 30 seconds of applying it to the wrist, they were able to turn their hand over like this for the first time. And he had his cast on for 6 weeks. He wasn't able to turn his arm over the whole time his cast was on, and even after he got it off, he wasn't able to still turn his arm over. So I'd like to go back to the making of the can patch. I asked you to put the plant material that was strained when you made the oil to the side, and indeed you can drink organic chamomile tea or have slippery elm in the house. You can make a poultice out of things like that as well. So I've just saved a bit of plant material for a few days in the fridge here, and so I'm going to use something. It won't be a real can patch, but it'll be close. And you can do this with, again, anything you have around your house. I want to keep the table clean, so I've got a clean piece of plastic. And if you have cheesecloth, it works very well because it's slightly porous. If you don't have cheesecloth, a clean a washed clean old t-shirt will work very well. You just take your cheesecloth, a piece of cloth, and spread it out. And you take roughly an ounce of your plant material. You don't want to put it right in the middle, but you want to put it slightly off to one side. I'll show you why in just a moment. Are these things on the way here? So you spread your stuff out like that, and you just bring this in. Now, to keep all of the oil from coming through, you take just a piece of wax paper, and then you wrap it up like this. And then in from the other side. It's really helpful to have somebody else there to do the taping for you, because you always end up with greasy hands. And if somebody else does the tape for you, they stick a lot better. And then screw that up. And fold it off to the side. And then I like to use hypoallergenic first aid tape if I can find it on. And this cover, fold this down a little bit. Like that. So it has a little bit overlapping so the tape will stick all the way around. And then the tape is on one side and on the other side. This is the side that you apply to your skin. You can see the oil or water coming out of it already. And you just take it and apply it. When I had my wrist broken in, I took masking tape and just went around and around and around with masking tape and turned it right into a cast. And one of the most amazing things about it was this was the first time that I had experienced using them, so I started timing it. Within 4 minutes, I had fallen and broken my wrist. And within 4 minutes, I could feel a reduction in the amount of pain. And within 4 hours, all of the pain was gone out of my wrist. I kept changing every 3 to 4 days, depending on the amount of oil that was in them and how much gardening I was doing. And it took 3 weeks for a hairline fracture to heal in my wrist. And the other things these things, you can put them in the freezer and reuse them over and over again as well. So again, they're great for direct pain. If you have a backache, I tell people to put a towel or a blanket over the back of their chair and a piece of plastic, and then take a pin and just pin the patch right into the chair so they can sit on it while they're sitting and watching TV. They're just incredible how they can reduce pain. They'll stop migraine headaches if you put them on the back of your neck. If you are dealing with an infection, the thing to do is to make them very small. Just like use a tablespoon or so of material, or you can even like a tea bag, something like that. And as soon as you've finished soaking it on the infection, make sure you throw it away and dispose of it in garbage. Have I forgotten anything? Any questions?
I guess if you're going to use it on something that has an open wound, I guess if it's like when you can't reuse them after you've had something on.
No. Another interesting thing about raw herb though is this Cannabis products for sale. I'm not sure where it's at. If you do have a bad cut that won't quit bleeding and you do have some herb at home, the best thing to do is take a little tiny piece of bud the same size as the cut and squish it a little bit and just put it right on it and put a piece of tape or a band-aid then over top of it. It acts as a styptic, which means it stops bleeding. It'll help draw the skin back together. It's a natural antibiotic and a pain, so you're applying directly a painkiller, an antibiotic, and you're stopping the bleeding all at the same time. It's truly one of the most amazing plants that I've ever used.
Well, thank you very much. Schedule, there's a break, but I'm going to be here doing a lecture on cannabis and the law. I really hope in 2 weeks I'll do a specific lecture. I plan on it, but I hope to have the decision in my hands for the Vancouver Island Compassion Society. That was rendered, I think, February 2nd. And so either way, I'll be making comments on that as I was a witness to it more than anyone. So thank you very much for coming, everybody, during reading break for the school. Again, we'll be back here. Have a great day. Thank you.